What is up, everybody? This is Wolfmaster here, aka A Lone Wolf, coming to you live while I smoke a blunt. So, there's been something on my mind lately, and on my chest has been bothering me. I am a father of a lot of kids, and recently, at the end of 2023, my grandmother had given me a call saying she had ran into somebody who knew the person who had my son. So I was on active child support, wrongfully kept away from my son, even though it was court ordered. I see him every other weekend, but people don't follow court orders. I did turn it in. Nothing ever got done about it. But my son was legally adopted without me knowing anything. And I had completely honestly, I've given up faith and hope with a lot of stuff like that. A little bit of, even though I was on active child support, which I would rather be paying active child support. It went out. Son of, damn it. Anyways, I don't even know. I went to the courthouse, try to see if I get copies of the situation, when the adoption took place and everything. They looked at my ID, looked at me, looked at the computer, looked back at my ID and looked back at the computer and just said, there's nothing I can give you with this case. What? I did speak to a lawyer on it. We was kind of hoping that the courts would give me those documents so he can get an investigation going for me and everything else, but I guess we couldn't get it going. I don't know how my son ended up in this situation that he is in. The only thing I knew was I was 18 years old. I had backed into Children's Service CPS's car, not knowing that. That's when I had found out that CPS was on the case of my baby mom. And the lady from CPS asked me who I was, and when I had addressed it that I was the father of her son, she looked at my baby mom and said, you told me you had no connections with the father, even though, hello, I'm the daddy. Hello, I'm maybe not the prettiest or the good lookingest, but I'm here. But, hey, Toby. Or, yeah, hey. But CPS was on my baby mom because they had found out my baby mom and her current boyfriend, or whatever the hell they are together, were together, but they were physically neglecting and abusing my child. Now, when I would ask my baby mom or even take him for a couple days or whatever, oh, bro, hold on. It gets even better. Let me tell you, man, it gets even better. Listen up. Just keep listening. When CPS had officially taken my son away from my baby mom, I knew nothing about it. I absolutely knew nothing about CPS taking my son away from my baby mom at all. He got put with somebody that my baby mom got to pick. Now, mind you, this person that CPS put my son with, there is somewhere, I wish I could find it, but CPS heard it. Somebody, you know what, screw this. My older sister recorded somebody physically abusing my son that had proof of it. I went to the courthouse to file for emergency custody, even mentioned about this recording and proof, and the CPS social worker lied on me and said that there was no abuse, no nothing, anything else like that going on. Nothing. Then I also have 2 daughters. Me and their mom, we named them what we named them. I had just found out that my daughters were legally adopted, and their names were legally changed. Now, here's the fucked up part. I knew nothing about this, but my baby moms knew everything what was going on. They knew everything. Like, I went to CPS. I called the courthouse. Like, I knew nothing about these adoptions or anything. And no, I am not a AI or ALAI, whatever it is. I promise you, I am 100% human. I cannot get no more human than, I don't know, a ginger can. Like, I'm not an AI, I promise. I was born in 96. I'm old. Not old, but I'm getting there. But right now, I'm literally at the point, like, I literally don't know what to do. Like, I found out, like I said, I found out about these adoptions back in 2023, the end of 2023. That is when I found out about the adoptions. The end of 2023, beginning of 24, because I had contacted child support, because I was on active child support. I had contacted child support at that time, and a lady actually looked into my case. Hold this thought. I gotta light this blunt back up. You know what? I'm so sad at myself. Like, I never used to smoke weed like I do now. I am buying weed every single day because I just physically, I just can't face the world I can't face it no more. Like, I had completely given up faith, hope, and everything. Like, the system that I was made to believe in turned its back on me and did this. And when back to my story, when I had contacted child support about this situation, a lady answered the phone. She literally looked into my case and she told me on the phone that I should have been taken off of child support years ago. And I asked her, what does she mean? And that's when she had told me my son and daughters were adopted. And I'm like, when? Because I had no acknowledgement of this. So we went on the New Year's break, from 2023, beginning of 24, blah, blah, blah. We went on New Year's break. I contact the courthouse. My caseworker finally set up a court hearing for me to get taken off child support. So I go to court, get taken off of child support. I tell the judge, well, first off, while I'm waiting for everyone else to get on, she gets on there with me and tells me that I did not have to be there because I'm getting off child support. I straight up told her, like, well, I got something to say. I'm just making this clear. I had no acknowledgement of these adoptions that took place for my children. She paused for maybe like a good minute or almost 5 minutes and looked at me. And all she said was this: are you telling me right now on the record you had no acknowledgement of your children being adopted? And I straight up said, no, I did not. My story has not changed. It is not going to change. But here's the fucked up part, though. They're still making me pay over $5,000 in back pay. Well, all I gotta say is child support, you're not getting no back pay for me. Like, I am not working in the state. I am in the state of Ohio, guys. That is where I resign at. I am getting ready to move out of this state as soon as I can. Like, this state the county I resign in has physically destroyed me. Like, I've had people ask me, how am I still out here breathing? How am I still alive? Like, how am I this? How am I not in jail for this or that? Like, I don't know. I really cannot answer. Like, I don't have feelings. I don't have emotions anymore. That little bit of faith that I still had for my children, it was gone when I found out about the adoptions. And the messed up part is I've showed messages to the courts as well. My baby moms have kept me wrongfully away from my kids growing up. Like, literally, I've got witnesses who literally went at my baby mom because she told me that her uncle didn't want me around my children. And she said that to me on the phone. I had her on speaker, so everybody heard her. I have a lady who worked for the state of Ohio witness CPS also writing false reports on me. Long story short on this, My two daughters, when we was going through that with my baby mom and everything else, I was living in Cleveland, Ohio at the time. I'm not having, trust me, I'm done. No, retire. I promise. See this? This is what's happening. Promise. Promise. Anyways, when I was living in Cleveland, Ohio, the CPS worker, she wasn't working for Cleveland CPS. So I'm going to say that. But the CPS worker wrote in the report that she'd made numerous attempts to come out and see me. Now, all I'm going to say is this. That house where I was living at, you was not getting on the property unless you're on camera. Top that, she never left a card stating she was there. And when I try to bring that up to the judge and say I've got witnesses and proof, the judge just threatened me, 30 days, contempt, blah, blah, blah. And I said I was not scared. And then she dismissed me from the case. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say. The flame was me lighting a blunt. Like I said, people who didn't know me, me smoking weed, this was not me. I was spiritual. I always had ideas. I wanted to go out, adventure, and do everything. But now I just don't see a point in a lot of it no more. So basically, I'm just going to, I don't know. I try to track my kids. I've been trying to find my kids since 2017. It is now 2025. We're about to go on 2026. I can't keep, I don't know. I've tried everything. I went to the Chronicle. I've contacted the news stations. I've contacted 19 Action, Fox 8, Channel 5. Like everything that I can think of trying to find a connect, I went. I've contacted the courthouse where the adoption took place. Just to get told it's past the 14-day mark. There's nothing they can do. So that's my life. Yeah, it's hell. I'm not gonna front. Like, I've got no motivation for anything. I go around every day just trying to make it by, I guess. You know what's even crazier? I used to be a heavy Christian. Like, I used to follow the path of God. I had high beliefs in him. Like, I went to church every single Sunday. And then I went to a little youth group every Wednesday. I was made to believe in the system to protect me. Even as a child. Even as a child, I was wrongfully done. I was physically abused and mentally and verbally abused by my grandfather. My mother literally beat the crap out of my grandfather and my uncle because when I lived in Amherst, Ohio, we lived at a trailer park and my grandfather had me up by my throat and my uncle was punching me in the rib cage. I left with my mother and my grandfather straight up told me this. Mind you, my mom had a broken foot because she came in from Florida. She told me to get my shit on and I got my stuff on and my grandfather said this to me. If I leave with her, he was calling my PO, having me arrested. And guess what? I sure did. I did 3 months in DH and then I went to a place called Stepping Stones. Damn, it keeps going out. Oh, fuck my life, guys. Fuck it a fuck. Well, I don't know what else to do. I'm about to finish this. I'm going to get up off of here. Eventually, I will do another live video. So, in the meantime, like and subscribe. Follow if you want. Don't matter. Peace out, guys.